Hello, we are Jason and Chrissy Towns. We've been coming to Henry for the past 16 years.
We have 4 children. We have Lindley, Kendall, Dylan, and Nicholas.
When Nicholas was 3 weeks old, we actually almost lost him. He is our little miracle baby.
I remember it like it was yesterday. It was April of 2013. Nicholas was feeling really restless and just not sleeping good. He and I sat upright on the couch pretty much all night long. Then Friday morning we called the doctor, got him an appointment, took him in. They basically said that it was reflux and to make sure that he was eating. He slowly got worse as the day went on, and that evening I called Jason in a panic and I said, he's pretty pale, he's not waking up, I don't know what to do.
We went ahead and rushed him up to the hospital. When we got there, they pretty much took him straight from my arms and ran him back to the trauma unit. We were standing there and our hearts just instantly dropped because we weren't sure what was happening. So we walk into the trauma room and it's immediately like a scene out of ER. By the time we get in there, they already have Nicholas on the bed. They have a catheter in, they've stripped him, they're doing the breathing bag, and we just froze. I mean, it was something we didn't expect at all.
Looking down on Nicholas's little lifeless body, he had an IV in his head, he had IVs in his feet, he had IVs in his hands were all taped up with cardboard. I was told that I could not touch my child because it might bring him out of sedation faster than they wanted it to. I think that's probably one of the hardest things that I have ever had to witness myself.
You know, as a dad, I'm a natural fixer. You know, if something's wrong with my kid, I want to be able to fix it. Being in that situation and seeing Nicholas there with absolutely nothing that I could do as his father to protect him, to take away the pain, or to help him, it was impossible to bear. We had to lean on each other, and both of us had to lean on God for strength, for support, and just for comfort of knowing that He was still in control of everything and that He had it all taken care of. As we get to that next morning, you know, we stayed there throughout the night. As we get to the next morning, he had been taken into the pediatric ICU, and we sit down with the lead doctor in there, and after he looked over the charts and everything, he basically explained to us that as of right now, what they were looking at was it was just the rhinovirus, but his little body just wasn't able to fight it off that well. Timing wise, if we would have came in any sooner, that they probably would not have realized anything was going on and would have sent us back home. If we would have come in even 30 minutes later, then we could definitely be looking at a completely different outcome. It was amazing to me to be able to see God's hand throughout the whole thing, because as difficult as a time as it was, and as much, you know, pain and hurt are going on around us, we were both able to still stay at peace knowing that God was in control, as well as actually draw closer to one another as a couple and draw closer to God. I don't think there's anything that can really assure you of how much God is in control and how little you have control of as sitting looking at your child strapped to all these machines, knowing that there's absolutely nothing that you can do as a parent. After 3 full weeks, we did get to go home. It was amazing to actually be at home with all of our family under one roof.
Nicholas is a very happy 8-year-old. He is very spunky, full of personality. He is a feisty little fella. He is very loving and compassionate. It's
hard to imagine what our life would be like without him.
Nicholas and Dylan went to Woodlands summer camp with our children's ministry. When he came home, he could not wait to share with us that on Wednesday at camp that he got saved during one of the worship services. A couple of months after he got back from summer camp and got saved, Nicholas came up to us and he was expressing his desire to be baptized, and he kept telling us that the Bible says the next step is that I'm supposed to be baptized, and he kept asking, when am I going to be baptized? When am I going to be baptized?
He was able to get baptized, and he was so excited that he was finally able to do what the Bible had told him to do after salvation. Nicholas was definitely our miracle baby as far as him being able to make it out of the ICU. But for us, it's more important that he was actually saved twice. So God has saved him through that experience, but also God has saved him spiritually.
If you're going through a difficult time, I would always suggest to lean on your family, of course, but never lose faith, never stop praying.
And most importantly, lean on God, lean on His comfort, His understanding, and knowing that He's in control of everything and that He does what's best for us.